The Bengals divisional round matchup is set. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and that's right, the Bengals, well, they're Nashville bound to play the number one seed Tennessee Titans in a game that, honestly, much like the Raiders, when I looked at the possibilities and it was like, oh, well, going into Wild Card Weekend, they could go to Arrowhead, or, on Sunday, they could go to Buffalo. I think this is the best matchup for a few reasons. Whether it's the fact that it's a 4-hour drive and a lot of Bengals fans in Cincinnati are going to be able to make the trip. By the way, we are going to make the trip. We will be there covering the game. That's why you follow us on YouTube here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk and subscribe to this channel. And we're going to bring you the best coverage all week long, all playoff run long. We're not going anywhere. And so, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here, hopefully that we deliver on that promise. I'm certainly confident that Andrew and I will be able to do that. But this game, the reason I feel that way, short trip, okay? This Bengals team, Joe Burrow and company, and I know it's a different Titans team this year, but they beat the Titans last year 31-20 way back, and it was right before the bye. I believe it was week 8. And it was the Bengals' best win of the season, honestly, outside of maybe the Pittsburgh win, but certainly the best win of Joe Burrow's rookie season. And so that matters, I think, a little bit. But the other part that matters is I think Ryan Tannehill, this Tennessee offense, as skilled as they are, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, I think that the Bengals' offense should be able to score against the Titans' defense. And when you get down to these type of games, the Bengals are going to have to score a bunch of points. I talked a lot about the magic number of 30 or 30-plus points coming into this year. I think that's what you're going to need to do. And so is it easier to score 30 in Buffalo when it's 0 out? Or is it easier to score 30 against this Titans team where, it's going to be cold, but the way Joe Burrow's playing, you certainly have a chance. And I think that's where we're at. The past 3 games, Joe Burrow, 76.5 completion percentage, over 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, a 136.5 quarterback rating. The dude is balling. And so I like this matchup. Now, Bengals open, according to mybookie.ag, 3.5-point underdogs. And, it's moved from 3 to 3.5. It depends on when you watch this video. It's in that range. I think that's fair. You're talking about a number one seed Tennessee Titans team that won 12 games. I think Mike Vrabel is coach of the year. They didn't have Derrick Henry, despite being one of the lone NFL offenses that is built around their running back. And they've been able to overcome that for the most part. And obviously, they get the 1 seed. And we'll see. But I think that you give the Bengals a chance in this one, a good chance if Burrow's playing at the level he's playing at. As far as injuries go, we'll see. We'll monitor that throughout the week. This is a Monday, and it sounds like the Bengals are going to be dark today, as in there's not going to be any media availability. We'll get back to it tomorrow. It's a weird schedule at the playoffs. Everything's fluctuating, and so pins and needles type stuff, right? We had a full day on Sunday. We weren't sure if that was going to happen. And now our Tuesdays are Monday, our Wednesdays are Tuesday, since it's a Saturday game, 4:30 at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. The main thing for me is twofold. One, if Derrick Henry is going to be able to run, you can't let Ryan Tannehill have a big day through the air. Like they can only get one. I said this going into the Raiders game. And because of game script, it worked because Josh Jacobs, I think, could have had a monster game otherwise, but the Raiders were down by 2 scores for a lot of the second half and they couldn't lean on the run. That's my concern here, is if you get Derrick Henry going and you're the Titans, and then it opens up the play action to A.J. Brown and the play action to Julio Jones, and then you get a tight end over the middle, and then it can just snowball. And so a couple things. Game script, you need to jump out early. And this is just initial thoughts, right? But you need to jump out early on this team. You need Burrow to put up points. You can't settle for field goals. Because what you want to do is you want the game script to go shift towards the Bengals. So, the Titans, if they're down 10, they're still going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. But hopefully it's his first game back from coming off an injury. Maybe he's not 100%, but hopefully it limits to what they can, what they can do with him. So that's one part of it, especially with the Bengals injuries on the defensive line. The other thing is asking these cornerbacks, as good as they've been, to hold up against an A.J. Brown and make big plays against Brown specifically. And I think Julio's still good, not on Brown's level at this stage of his career. It's hard to do. Hard to do when you get that play action going. And then on offense, it's simple, right? Keep Burrow upright. He's going to have to cook. You're going to have to let Joe cook. And I think, and we saw this in the red zone, Zach Taylor admitted it after the Raiders game, and then after he rewatched the Raiders game. He didn't think he put the offense in as an advantageous spot in many of those red zone chances that they had. And even at the end of the game, they get the ball 3:29 left. Joe Burrow only throws one pass. It's 3rd and 11 when he throws that pass. Hard to put the game away when you're not putting the ball in Burrow's hands. That needs to change this week. Now it's the time. If you're going to get where you want to go, Joe Burrow is going to get you there. And they haven't ran the ball well recently over the past month and a half. Joe Mixon only averaged 2.8 yards per carry against the Raiders. Okay, then. All right. It's time to flip the script here. And this is where these are the type of games. You're 4 quarters away from an AFC title game. If there's any little magic trick, any little cute design play that you think is going to work that you've been saving for a rainy day, Saturday is that rainy day. And, those are some of my initial thoughts. I know a lot of Bengals fans are still confident, and I get it with Joe Burrow. And if you are confident, you could bet on them right now at mybookie.ag. It's free to sign up. And when you go to make that first deposit, you're going to get a 100% deposit match with promo code BengalsTalk. That's right, promo code BengalsTalk. And it's not like you just can bet on the Bengals. You can bet on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can bet on any game this week in the divisional round. Heck, you could look ahead to the AFC title matchups. If you want to pick the Bengals to win the AFC championship, you could do that. If you want to pick the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, you can do that all in one spot, mybookie.ag. They have a great interface. It's easy to use. And right now, again, a 100% deposit match on your first deposit. All you have to do is use promo code BengalsTalk. That simple. Bengals Talk at mybookie.ag. Plus, I get it. It's the NFL playoffs, but maybe you want to wager on some NBA games. You can do that too in one spot. mybookie.ag, promo code Bengals Talk. And look, I think it's a good matchup. There is no easy matchup. Not anymore. And they're all going to be tough. It's going to be a ruckus environment. They're going to have to find a way to score touchdowns, not settle for field goals. And 30 plus is the minimum. They do those things, they have a shot. We're going to have videos all week long for you. All week long. There's exclusive interviews that are being in the process of being worked out. So hit that subscribe button and buckle up, Bengals fans, because a lot of you don't know this feeling. I know I don't know this feeling. The Bengals in my life have never played in a divisional round playoff game. Well, that changes on Saturday. We're going to have you covered all week long and then be there in Nashville. So for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now, right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.